Oh, well, not as bad as I thought it would be. A few sticks. Definitely needs washing and sweeping. Good morning. It's that time of year, finally, where we can de-winterize my MKE17 by Grand Design. And we're going to do some other prep and get it ready, because next weekend we head out. Come and join us. These little maple seedling flowers all over the place, but yeah, not bad at all. Checking our seals up here. Everything looks to be holding really well after the first year. So here's a spot that's got me a little concerned. This right here. It was a bubble that has kind of collapsed. So if it collapsed, where did the air go? It's very weak and soft, and I think I might have a hole in this seal right here. I might need to put a little more of that gunk on here to seal that up. Yep, everything else looks good here. Good to have your feet back on the ground. Right. So, last fall when we finished camping, we took it to Campers Inn and we had them fix the furnace, and they did the winterization process. But I don't want to pay any money to have them undo it. I need to learn this myself, so I've done some studying. And so we're going to de-winterize the trailer. Basically what that involves is flushing out all the antifreeze that's been put into the pipes. It's not a hard process, it's very simple, much simpler than when you do winterize it. And so, come on, let's do it. So the first thing we need to do is take off our low point drains. I'm going to open that up here. Yep. Alrighty. This is what we're going to do. We're going to hook up our water to our input here, and we're going to make sure this is set on city water, and we're going to pressurize the system. One of the things I'm going to do first is just clean this little filter here, because it looks rather dirty. The diffuser, as you can see, looks much cleaner now than it was when I took it out. You should do that at least once a year. When you winterize or de-winterize is a good time to do it. There we go. Even though I know my water pressure in my house is not that excessive, I'm still going to use a water pressure regulator so that I don't damage the hoses and tubes in the trailer. and we'll attach the hose. We're going to open up our faucet valves in the bathroom and the shower valves as well. Pressurize the hose here. Just getting a trickle. That's funny, I'm not seeing any of the pink antifreeze coming out. I'll tell you, it's been a month. I hooked this up, I turned it on like I'm supposed to, and as soon as I did, I could hear water pouring through into this compartment, which meant this valve in here is fractured. Now if I turned it to the freshwater tank fill, it did fill the freshwater tank. But this one, nope. Water was pouring through here, and it was coming out right here. Just pouring out of here. I was not expecting to do this week. We've got to take the trailer in to the repair shop. Try to repair it this week. What else do I need? I need a checklist is what I need. Make sure I do this right. So, pretty crazy, huh?
Definitely. We were supposed to be prepping the rig today, and now we are having to run all the way over to Merrimack. This is nuts. And not at all wanted.
Well, we stopped and got a little bit to eat on the way, decompressed a little bit, dropped the dogs off at the spa day they were supposed to have.
Yes.
And we're about to arrive at Campers Inn in Merrimack to drop off the trailer and then get that valve fixed, hopefully.
Yep.
Campers Inn.
I hope they can figure out what it is quickly.
Well, I think I know what it is. Those water intake valves that switch between city water and freshwater tank have a history of cracking. Some of the other people that we've watched have said that they've had a cracked valve in there and they've heard the water pouring in behind the panel, and that's exactly what we had happen on us. So it's probably just a matter of replacing that valve and drawing out what's behind the panel there. The question is going to be, do they have a valve available?
Right.
That XLS is still over there.
Yeah, and somebody else is coming this way.
Very busy here, huh?
Yeah. There's no way you're gonna make it through here.
What do you mean there's no way? Sure there is. Solitude. Look at, perfect.
Next to a wolf pup.
Yep. Okay, there we are.
Here we are.
Right next to the Solitude.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put this right up here. We're here at the outlets. We're going to check out the Disney store. We're in a store here called Locally Handmade, but they don't specialize in handmaids. They've got jewelry. They got special soaps too. I gotta say, the smell of the soap is pretty strong. Mineral collections. I was noticing that these minerals here are card holders. You put your card in them. If it weren't for the last minute, nothing would get done. Here's a saying that applies to us today. Yep, you guessed it. hot sauces. So the gentleman regulating traffic going into the store said they had a whole bunch of Disneyland stuff that just arrived last night.
Yeah.
It's a little different. There's my favorite, Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
Cupcakes.
Yes.
Now this is something I really like. Yeah, this is the wallpaper for the Haunted Mansion. $12.99 for the lounge pants. Now this is pretty cool. They got all these pins here. They got a place to hang them. Baby Yoda pin. There's a patch for Batu. All right, well, we got a few things here.
Yeah.
Spent some money. They had some stuff from Disneyland.
Yes.
So, a little bit of a consolation prize for having to drive over here today.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, parked next to us, a Maserati. Okay, so that concludes the Disney store.
Yes.
And it concludes our de-winterization. Let's see what else we can fail at today.
It definitely turned into quite the different day than we ever had planned or
Never
imagined.
expected this. Only on the second year, I never expected that valve to break at this point.
We really thought we had a good plan going into today to prep everything for Friday night's departure, and
best laid plans.
Exactly.
Oh, there. Okay, up you go. Come on. No, that's the wrong side. No, over here. No, over here. There you are, guys. Safe and sound in the car. One of the things they said at the inspection was that my tires had worn down to the point where they could pass me, but next time it wouldn't happen. So we're here, we're gonna get new tires at VIP. Now the General Grabber APT is an all-terrain tire, which you might think is kind of odd for us because we don't really go off-road, but it has a 3-peak rating for driving in ice and snow, and that's why I like it, because here in the Northeast you get a lot of snow, so it works good for us here. Now these Michelin Defenders are probably the best tire for just riding down the road in a light truck, but because we have the snow issue here in New England, that's why I went with the General Grabber APTs. Yep, there's our new tires. Looking good. Look at all that nice deep tread now. That's why I like the APTs. They have these 2 channels for water evacuation off to the sides here, and they've got all the siphoning canals as well. Oh. Wow. What's the chances that we would wrap up during the first thunderstorm of the season? Very windy, very rainy, but everything's done. Looks good. They checked the fluids underneath the truck and the universal joints and the transmission, the oil, and all that stuff. So everything looks good. Great job, guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the truck once again. This time to go to Home Depot.
Yes, we are.
Our microwave gave up the ghost, so now we're gonna get a microwave on top of the washer and dryer that we've had to get, and the dog surgery, the truck repairs. It's been a month. New tires, which ride butterly, I can't say that word, buttery smooth.
And they say things happen in threes, but we've gone beyond 3.
Yeah, we're up to 6 now, I think. I think that is going to conclude this week's vlog. I know I intended to get you all a nice de-winterization lesson, but things happen. At least you saw what can happen. And Grand Design, if you're watching, I hope you can fix those valves, because I don't think mine's the first that's had that problem. If you like this video, click down on the like button, give it that old thumbs up, and we'd ask that you'd consider subscribing to our channel. It doesn't cost anything, just helps YouTube to know how many people are actually watching our content. And if you'd like to know when we upload things, click on the little bell next to that subscribe button. That'll alert you when we upload a video. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. Have a blessed week, and we'll see you on the streets.